and we're live. Hey team, welcome to Unsportsmanlike Conduct. I'm Sammer, and I'm going to be bringing you all the NBA and NFL information from the point of view of the Hawks and Falcons fan. So I'm going to jump right in. I don't want to waste anyone's time. Today I want to talk about the Falcons and the offseason and how we're looking and how we're standing. So let's get right into it. First of all, it looks like the cap for 2022 is going to be $208.2 million. That's rough because as of right now, where we stand, we're at $212 million. So we're already going into the offseason over the cap, which is ridiculous because, last year everyone was giving crap, all Fontenot and Arthur Smith and Arthur Blank because of the moves that they make or didn't make because we didn't really revamp the team. But see, what people don't seem to understand is that there is a hard salary cap in the NFL. In the NBA, you can go over and you can pay luxury tax and you're good to go if the owner's willing to pay that. But in the NFL, it is a hard cap. So if you're not under that cap by the time the season starts, I don't know what happens, honestly, but you just can't. You just can't do it. It's not allowed. So Matt Ryan next year has a cap hit of $48 million. $48 million out of 202. We also, and this is a big problem, but what were we supposed to do? Julio Jones is still on our cap this year. He is still in our cap space. He's got $15 million dead cap, which means he's $15 million towards our books. That's what's making us go over, honestly. Even still, it's not like we have $8 million. No, man, Julio Jones, $15 million is a big burden. So we have another issue this year, and that is Calvin Ridley. I love Calvin Ridley. He's awesome. If he needed time off, I understand. He needed to get good. He needed to get better. Sure, of course. Do your thing. Take your time. I've heard rumors, and I don't know how true these are. I've heard rumors that Calvin Ridley doesn't want to come back to Atlanta, though. And that's kind of poopy. Because, he's going to be a cap hit of $11 million this year. We're paying him $11 million this year. Even if we trade him, he's still going to be on our books. We're still going to have that $11 million on our books. So what are we supposed to do about that? I don't know if they can do any contract restructuring so that they can get him off the books. I don't think they can. I think the contract is the contract, the deal is the deal, and that's that. So people are talking about, what if we traded him for like a first round pick? Okay, cool and all, but what are we supposed to do? We don't have cap space. We straight up don't have any space on our roster for anything. We had the same issue last year, and that's why we brought in all these, I don't want to say subpar players, that's not the word I'm looking for. We didn't bring any big-time free agents. Cordero Patterson was our best signing, probably, because no one expected him to be what he is. His entire NFL career, he was a punt returner, a receiver, just a mixed bag of stuff, but Arthur Smith really took him to the next level. So, if anything, seeing Cordero Patterson play like that is an excellent sign for what Arthur Smith can do with this team. He hasn't proven anything yet, but expectations are extremely low from last year and this year. Possibly even the year after as well, honestly. I don't see us even being a contender until 2025, 2026. Gotta be realistic here. I'm a big Falcons fan, but I'm a realist as well. And with the way things are going, you gotta, the issue is our salary cap, and there's nothing we can do really about it. We got kind of screwed over by the last regime, if you may. But it is what it is. Matt Ryan got a big contract. Julio got a big contract after the Super Bowl appearance. We thought we were going to get back into it. We thought we were a contender every year. So, you think, hey, lock him up, man. We got Matt Ryan. We're good to go. We can make the Super Bowl. But it was Kyle Shanahan who got us to where we needed to go. Little tangent here. There's a lot of rumblings in the NFL about Dan Quinn getting a head coaching job. That's good and all, but I have a few thoughts about head coaches and offensive versus defensive head coaches. I actually heard someone say this the other day. Might have been Nick Wright on First Things First, if you guys watch that show on FS1. He said, you hire an offensive head coach because if you hire a defensive head coach and you hire an excellent offensive coordinator, you're going to lose that offensive coordinator to a head coaching job very soon. So you're always going to be cycling in that. And that was the problem. That was a problem. I'm not going to say the problem, because Atlanta had a lot of problems. That was a problem with the Falcons with Dan Quinn. Defensive head coach, good coach. I mean, so we see he's a good defensive coordinator. But with an awesome OC, with an awesome offensive coordinator, Dan Quinn is great. So with Kyle Shanahan, that duo was awesome. Dan Quinn managed the game. He knows how to manage clock and stuff like that, not like Mike McCarthy. He was managing the defense with Raheem Morris, if I'm not mistaken. I'm probably mistaken about that. I don't remember who it was at the time. And Kyle Shanahan was just running the offense the way he wanted to. And it was working, because Kyle Shanahan's an offensive play caller. We can see that in San Francisco with them winning with Jimmy Garoppolo. They're in the freaking NFC Championship right now. It's insane. But whatever, I'm digressing again. I was going to say Cordero Patterson. That's what I was getting at. He got paid $3 million last year. Good contract for someone who, was really used as a punt returner. But we definitely got extreme max value out of Cordero Patterson. He has said he wants to stay in Atlanta. The issue I have is this. Number one, he's going to want to get paid more because of the season he had. Will he take a pay cut to stay in Atlanta? That's a good question. Or will he try to go get max money somewhere else? I mean, yeah, you can say that, he's towards the end of his career, he wants to end on a high note, but these are the last few years of his money making left. Why would he not go out and get as much money as he can? I mean, yeah, sure, money's not everything, but I mean, NFL players retire before 40. I mean, that's not an average career where you have till 60, 65 to make as much money as you can. You have prime years to make as much money as possible. So if someone offers him $6 to $8 million, if I were him, I would take it, honestly. So that's the question. Will the Falcons be able to offer a contract like that? That's number one. Number two, if he is offered a contract like that, will he live up to the contract? That is the issue. Because we've seen time and time again, a running back especially, it's a big contract, I wouldn't even say big, just a regular contract, and just can't live up to it the next year. You have one good year, 2 good years in a row, but you kind of fall off a cliff a little bit. We saw it with Devontae Freeman. We saw it with Raheem Mostert in San Francisco. Had one crazy year. Got contract renegotiated a little bit with incentives. And he didn't hit those incentives because he was injured. I mean, injuries. But that's the thing with running backs, man. People get injured. Look at Christian McCaffrey, the best running back in the league. If you can't be healthy, then how are you the best running back in the league? There's no way in hell he's going first in fantasy next year, right? Let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. But Cordero Patterson, if there's a contract that incentivizes him to hit certain goals, I don't know what those goals are, but I'm sure they have things that they can work with, then that would be a good contract. Pay him if he performs up to par. And I'm sure he'll get it because he's a beast, and I think he'll do it again next year. I'm hoping he will because he was the only good part. Him and Young Wei Koo, who also needs a new contract this year, by the way, were the only good parts of our team this year. So that's kind of why I didn't care too much to watch the Falcons, because I believed Cordero was going to be a 1-year rental. I'm like, well, why do I care to watch this 1-year rental guy kill it for us when it's not going to matter towards the future of our team? I watched Kyle Pitts play, and it was awesome watching him. He was the only offensive receiver. Well, I say that, but then there was I'll remember his name later. But Kyle Pitts really looked good. So let me summarize here. Cordero Patterson will need a decent sized contract. Hayden Hurst we're losing because he's a free agent this year, and we have Kyle Pitts. Although I really like Hayden Hurst for his blocking ability because our offensive line is, to say the least. Young Wei Koo, we got to give a new contract to. Dante Fowler, we're letting him go. He's being cut he's being cut this offseason. So our offensive line play has been very bad. With a quarterback like Matt Ryan, who's close to the end of his career, you need an offensive line that has no holes. You need a perfect offensive line. And I know it's difficult to do, and barely any team can even say they have that, but that's what you need. I mean, we don't have Patrick Mahomes who can run out of the pocket and evade, or Josh Allen, or Lamar Jackson, or Justin Herbert. All these players can do it because they're young, and they're agile, and they're mobile. But Matt Ryan is an old quarterback. Let me tell you this. Everyone tries to compare this Matt Ryan to Tom Brady, and they're like, oh, well, Tom Brady can do this, Tom Brady. Yeah, but this is Tom Brady, the best in the world. Fine. Well, how about this? Give Tom Brady Matt Ryan's offensive line and see how effective he is. Sure, he'll probably be more effective than Matt Ryan still is, but he's not going to be anywhere near what he is right now. He's got probably one of the best offensive lines in the game. So it's incomparable. It doesn't make any sense to compare Matt Ryan, what he's doing, to Tom Brady, what he's doing, on multiple reasons, or Matt Ryan to anyone else for that matter, because we know what Matt Ryan is at this point in his career. And we're kind of stuck with Matt Ryan. So how do we make that work? The way we make that work is we draft stronger offensive linemen. You can draft them early, it doesn't matter, I don't care. Draft good offensive linemen. Draft those people who... Look at Rashawn Slater, for example, for the Chargers. He's probably the best left tackle in the game right now. It's insane, and he's a rookie. There's been a couple others, too, out there. There's a center for Kansas City is amazing. I mean, there's guys out there that you can get, but we need... Maybe our scouting team isn't very good or something. I don't know. I mean, we did take Kyle Pitts, but that was a no-brainer. And there were other players we could have taken. Imagine, okay, now I'm getting ahead of myself, but imagine us getting Micah Parsons at 4 or something. Having him as a linebacker in our offense, playing a 3-4 this year in defense, 3 people in the defensive line, 4 in the back, and having Micah Parsons just all over the place, knocking people off their game. But one player made a big difference for Dallas, but I don't think that would have helped us a lot because we have bigger problems than that. But yes, fix the offensive line first. I mean, figure out what we're going to do with Calvin Ridley. Is he going to stay? Is he going to go? If he wants to go, what do we get for him? We get $11 million in cap hit. We get maybe a second round pick or something. Maybe we trade for a player. I don't really know, man. I mean, this is why I'm saying we're kind of stuck where we're at. The earliest we can release Matt Ryan is right after, I guess, June 1st of 2023. And that cap hit will still be $15 million, but at least it's tolerable. It's a pill you can swallow. So, sign Younghoe Koo, give Cordero Patterson an incentive deal, figure out what the hell's going on with Calvin Ridley, get him back in, develop the offensive line, pick up some more free agents on defense if you can. I mean, it doesn't look like we can with anything we got, so maybe change up the scheme, rush 4, play a 4-3 instead of a 3-4. I don't know why we're playing a 3-4. Our players can't sack as it is, so we need more players to rush the quarterback. So play a 4-3, get more players, get more pressure on quarterbacks, so then our corners like AJ Terrell, who was an all-star this year, who was a stud this year, can do what he does. He can play man coverage on almost anyone in the league, so let him do that. Put our safeties, get them out there and double team whoever we need to double team, help out whoever's out there on covering receivers, and try to make it happen. I mean, I know I didn't give much information. I mean, luckily I'm not the general manager and I don't have to make these decisions because these are hard-ass decisions, man. This stuff is intense. I mean, in one wrong move, you got fans like, what are you doing, with pitchforks like, how are you doing this? Why are you doing this to my team? It's like, come on, man. This stuff is insanely difficult. There's so many things that goes into this. Like, for example, taking Kyle Pitts last year over Justin Fields or whoever the hell else. I mean, another little tangent I'm going on here right now. Look at all the rookie quarterbacks this year. We have Justin Fields. We have Trevor Lawrence. We had Zach Wilson. We had Trey Lance. And we had Mac Jones. Out of all 5 of those, okay, did they look closer to quarterbacks from the year before Tua? Or did they look closer to Herbert and Joe Burrow? You tell me. I think they look closer to Tua than the other guys. So those two guys are in a class of their own. But if you can get a quarterback like that, then yeah, that's a game changer. Now, obviously, other people didn't succeed for other reasons, but this is the way it is. This is what happened. So, thank you guys for paying attention. Thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you guys next time.